Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, coming at you with another StarCraft 2 commentary. This is going to be a game between aTnSocke and AcerNerchio. AcerNerchio on the team I don't know how to pronounce it actually. Acer, something like that. And they're having a little bit of a chat here. AcerNerchio is asking if he's going to be a DreamHack. He's like, I don't know. Anyway, and of course, aTnSocke is on team alternate. Interesting name for a team. I kind of like it. Both these teams kind of relatively newer teams. I'm actually not sure when alternate was made, but I have only started hearing about it recently. But sort of composed of old school players, or at least started by old school players nonetheless. You know, aTnSocke has been around for a while. It's got Cloud on that team as well as Dark Force, who's a favorite Zerg of mine, one of my favorite foreign Zergs. And, you know, Acer, sort of the same thing. Not a ton of names on either of these teams that are too well known just yet, but, for instance, Mondragon is extremely well known. If you've been following StarCraft for more than X amount of time, where X is the amount of time that StarCraft 2 has come out, then you'll know who Mondragon is. Basically one of the, well, during the Brood War days, he was probably the best Zerg player in the foreign scene if you think of the entirety of the Brood War years, maybe the 4 or 5 years before StarCraft 2 came out. There was some times when some other players were better, like Rhett, for instance, was really dominant, but not as consistently. Anyway, but this is not Mondragon or Rhett, this is AcerNerchio. Just saying, he's under the tutelage of Mondragon on that team. In any case, so we're going to have this game on Antiga Shipyards, and aTnSocke is going to go ahead and open up Nexus first. He did scout over here. He saw that the pool went down first. I didn't see exactly what it was on, probably 12 or something along those lines. But because he saw that the it wasn't like a 10 pool or a 9 pool or anything like that, he knew he had the time, especially on a relatively large map like this, to try and get out his Nexus first and then go into the Forge. And he's even going to pop down a gateway for a nice little wall. And sorry, I'm getting a little bit of skipping here. I'm not sure exactly what happened. The Blizzard must be like somehow making the game harder to run with each patch or something like that, because I remember when the beta first came out, I could do, you know, 1080p recording really easily without any problems during the beta, or maybe it was just after the beta. I think it was the beta, with this computer, and it was perfectly fine. And then after the first, or no, maybe it was like patch 1.3 or something like that, I stopped being able to record effectively, and so I got a quicker hard drive to make it easier, and that worked wonders. And then now it still messes up sometimes. So the Zerglings running in, slow Zerglings, and this is actually oh, he's gonna get some by 4 Zerglings get into the main base. This can be so annoying. 4 Zerglings alone is still enough to be very damaging. And in the meantime, we have seen that AcerNerchio, he's gonna lose that 1 injured Zergling. Nice targeting by aTnSocke to get that injured Zergling down, and now he's going to be forced to defend. He's losing a lot of mine time on these probes by having to pull them off to deal with these Zerglings. He's going to try and get another Zergling. Oh, and he goes after the probe. And, you know, when you got these Zerglings in your base, sometimes you got to just take your... Oh, no, he's going to get another Zergling caught. And might lose that to probes as well. It's going to get trapped there. More probes being pulled off. He is causing a lot of distractions here, though, of course, during all the course of this. But anyways, what I was going to say is during all this, AcerNerchio has gotten his extra bases down. We did see that probe harassing this area before, so that's probably why he got this base up first. And he's just going ahead and powering up. Look at the drones. He's just pumping out drones, up to 27 drones, more popping out every moment here. And all he had to do was make those 6 Zerglings. Normally you see 4, but by making those 6 early Zerglings, I really like that, because sometimes you'll see Zergs, they'll go for that early pool, but they won't really make use of the fact that it's relatively early. And so making those 6 Zerglings meant that he was able to get several by into the base, and was able to do a lot of harassment here. He's actually, let me see if I'm, oops, at the tab, yeah, there we go. He's actually killed a total of 3 units, so not too bad there. Wait, yes. Not too bad, although he's lost a couple Zerglings as a result. But a lot of mining time lost, though, is a very important thing. Stargate now going down for aTnSocke. And is this Zergling going to spot it? Oh, he's running around in the main, but he actually should probably, well, he knows there's a cannon there actually, so it's going to be, he knows it's probably dangerous to go down that ramp, so never mind. Not actually a good idea after all. He saw that cannon warping in. But really good idea to keep this Zergling alive. Oh no, he almost loses track of it. A couple more probe shots on it will kill that Zergling. In any case, let's go ahead and look around the map a little bit more. Again, this drone's just constantly being pumped out here. And you know, he kind of knows he's probably not going to fit. Oh, Zergling finally goes down. And did he see, I don't know if he, well, I can't check because I know he had vision of that forge, but he didn't get down. It would have been nice to suicide that down to try and see vision of his Stargate, but he does not know at this point that the Stargate is up. Twilight Council is going to follow up that Stargate. Another gas going down as well for aTnSocke. So he's going to be pumping in that gas very, very nicely. And there we go. See, this is what those Zergling was looking around for. He wanted to see if there was going to be a lot of gateways put down, because usually you see those gateways put somewhere in the main base. And so by hunting around that main over and over again, he was able to check that out. Look at this, the lair being up, well, I don't want to say late, because it's not late for this build, obviously, but a lot later than you might expect. He's gone all the way up to 63 harvesters before really starting to do much teching or anything like that. He is getting his upgrades. He's got the Roach Warren out, but still, I mean, look at the units tab. He's got 60 drones, and that's it. He has no attack units on the map right now, which is actually a little bit dangerous. Here we go. Well, I guess there's queens. Those kind of count as attack units. Oh, we're going to actually see air weapons level 1 and a dark shrine. aTnSocke, you know, I was talking about him being we were talking about, you know, the kind of legacy of these teams of having older Brood War players like Mondragon and Cloud, and it's almost like a Ser DT build here with the Corsair, sorry, not Corsairs, but with the Phoenixes going along with the Dark Shrine. Of course, who knows what he's going to do with that. He might just make Archons to accompany a different ground army, but anyway, we've got 3 warp gates up as well. But he's going to do a nice job of harassing with these Phoenixes. And, yeah, just continue to make Phoenixes there. As we can see, Hydralisk Den is being produced. It's being built back here in the main. He's already got Spore Crawlers up basically around everywhere. He kind of anticipated there might be an air follow-up regardless of if he saw that Stargate or not. So he was able to make a lot of Spore Crawlers over the place. And now he's just forced to make Zerglings actually to deal with this. And he is going to get a surround on those Zealots. And it's going to munch them up nice and good. They are all going to die. But this probe, look at this probe. Oh, is not quite going to get up that ramp, although, you know, not a ton to see there regardless. But the Zerglings now are rushing across the map. Oops, accidental zoom in. And they're going to go over and harass this third base. And since he only has Phoenixes, he just lost his ground army. aTnSocke's going to have to cancel that Nexus, and he's going to lose a pylon as well. Lose these probes that have already been sent to mine over there. Not the best situation at all for aTnSocke. It looks like he was going to be able to put on some pressure, but just mass Zerglings for the win. These Phoenixes still doing damage. Oh, there's the... Oh, I'm completely sorry. You know, I'm actually going to go back and check that out again because... hold on a second. Alright, I had to go back and check this out because I'm completely sorry I missed that. We actually had a pylon on the low ground. DT's being warped in here, and look at this. He just goes in. He targets down the Spore Crawlers directly, lifts up the Queen, and takes it out as well. So they cannot defend the Spore Crawler or transfuse it. Beautiful, beautiful play. Of course, we all know how this is going to turn out. But here he comes in, the drones. And does he have a... He doesn't have... Okay, there's the Overseers. He's got 4 Overseers in play, but he's just targeting down the Nexus. And it pops. I don't know why I said Nexus. The lair, rather. And that's really huge because now he doesn't have a lair either. He cannot build a Spire, which is what he would probably want to do to follow this up with. And, he's actually sent... his drones are mining the main instead of the natural. All of his drones are mining the main instead of the natural. He's long distance mining. He needs to send some drones right here. He's in the meantime though got these Zerglings running around. He's got Hydras as well. He's going for a bit of a counterattack. He's going to try and cancel this base again if he can. Oh, come on, Nerchio, send those drones back to the expansion. This base of course is mining decently as well, but it's not fully saturated. Probably needs a few more drones on the minerals there to really be making the best use of that base. A little bit of a battle going on in the middle. These Hydras trying to protect the Zerglings from those Phoenixes. And oh no, but they can't protect the Zerglings from the Zealots on the other side there. So loses some Zerglings. Nice defense there. But still, aTnSocke is not able to get this base up, which is what he really wants to do. The Phoenix is going in here. He's going to warp in some more Zealots and a DT into the main here, going straight at that Spore Crawler. Can he get the DT down before the Spore Crawler guys? He does get it. And the Spore Crawler will die just through that. Oh, maybe not. 17 HP. One more double slash might have done it. And he does finally have his drones mining efficiently again at this second base, although he's only got 3 drones in those 2 gases total. So not the best here. Here comes that counterattack, but he does have a nice wall here. The Phoenixes have come back as well, and Phoenix is actually pretty good against Hydras when the Hydras have smaller numbers. Zealots, look at that. Zealots just barely getting alive. A nice pump of Zealots. And oh, all of those expensive Overseers are going to die as well. These Zealots are going to try and clear out the Zerglings blocking the Nexus, but it's not Zerglings, it's Overlords. He needs to bring back the Corsairs. I keep calling them Corsairs. I got in that mind process there. Phoenixes. Oh, nope, never mind. He actually doesn't want to clear that out after all. He's going to continue roaming around the map here with his Phoenixes, trying to find anything he can lift up and destroy. And look at this, these Zerglings are going to run in here. They know exactly what's here, but there's just a couple pylons to take out. Is he going to cancel it? Just cancel one of those pylons. Nice reaction time there by aTnSocke. But now he's in a little bit of danger over here. Nerchio, rather, is in a little bit of danger of this counterattack. Those Zealots are still alive. The Zerglings are back at the main base, so it's just Zealots here to basically have free reign. A few roaches, not quite enough there. A few more roaches are coming in. A lot of the Zealots are injured. He lifts up the Queen with the Phoenixes. Is he going to be able to do it? The Spore Crawler might be starting to kill off some of these injured Phoenixes. Zealots chasing into these Hydras as well. That's exactly the combination he wants to be going against those, but the Hydras can back up and get some fodder there in between them. But in the meantime, tons of drones being slaughtered over here. These Zealots with almost no hit points left are taking out almost all the economy there. Going back to the unit count, we've down to 45 drones right now. Really bad situation for Nerchio. He's desperately trying to get a Spore Crawler in here, trying to heal it up. Is he going to be able to get it down? No, the Spore Crawler dies. There's still 2 DTs there. Now, finally, the next Overseer comes in. Oh, is he going to get him? The DT's hiding from the Overseer while the Phoenixes kill it off. This is exactly Brood War style. This is Sair DT, ladies and gentlemen. Using the Corsairs to kill off the Overlords and using the Dark Tempo to kill everything on the ground when there's no detection. This is working out beautifully. He's just desperately trying to run these Spore Crawlers over here, but he's not leapfrogging them or anything like that, so they're just dying to the DTs before they can actually burrow into the ground. He's going to get one, and one is going to burrow behind here. He's going to start working away at those Phoenixes as well, but guess what? Those have been moved away. Yes, he does have one still left over here, though. They're going to go straight into the main. No pylon to warp any more DTs into the main. But guess what? Zealot's kind of running in here as well. Nerchio's up against ropes. He's going to have to pull off some kind of a miracle here to come back in this. He's just being harassed so much. He does have these roaches. He's not microing them very well, though, right now. Just a little bit too preoccupied. Loses a couple to those Zealots, but he does clean up the Zealots. Otherwise, those Zealots would have taken out this Spore Crawler, and the harassment would have continued, which would have been extremely, extremely bad. Man, Nerchio trying to stabilize here, but guess what? aTnSocke still has not managed to get up the 3rd base at all. He's not managed to get up 3rd base anywhere on the map either, so he is starting to almost mine out in his main, starting to get almost mined out in his natural as well. Look at this, 300 minerals on most of these patches or less, and this is not looking good for aTnSocke. That means he's kind of all in at this point. He does have a lot of money in the bank. He's finally going to clear up that Overlord dropping creep out onto his expansion point, and now he's going to go back in, it looks like, with a lot of ground units. He should probably wait for those Phoenixes to get here. He can start lifting up roaches. Fighting half those roaches is better than fighting all of them at once. He is going to go out after the roaches with the Phoenixes. The ground army charging in here. He needs to not, he can't worry about those Phoenixes right now. He has to go in with the roaches. He needs to do something about this. Oh man, the Phoenixes absolutely slaughtering. Well, they started to slaughter drones, but now they've turned back around. They're going to work on this Overseer before it can spawn, and the DT's just too much. Phoenixes going to work on everything. He's got so many Phoenixes, he can just lift up roaches and take them out as well. It looks like the pure roach count might be able to clear up this ground army. He's got a spore crawler there. He's targeting it down with the DTs. Can he get the DTs in time? He gets all but one of them. No, he does get the other one as well. I'm not sure how he detected it, to be honest, but he was able to detect that spore crawler. Oh, maybe it was vision of this one up here. Able to get vision of that Dark Templar. So again, Nerchio barely stabilizing, but in this case, finally Socke is going to be able to get a third base, and he has this fourth base down here. I didn't even see it earlier, actually. I was still focused on here. In fact, I may have said earlier he doesn't have another base around the map when this was being made, so I was just not paying attention to that. But anyway, point being, basically Nerchio, he's stabilized here for the moment, but he's got not too many harvesters. He needs to come back right now and do some damage. He needs to do something. Oh god, losing so many phoenixes. Oh wow. Oh, an absolute slaughter of drones now. He's up to 11 phoenixes. They are going to be running away from those hydralisks. Finally, well, only enough hydralisks basically to battle those phoenixes under spore crawler fire. So he's not quite has enough hydras to really deal with that just yet, that phoenix clump. And again, he's building up the zealots as well. But you know, Hydra Roach is extremely good against all these mass phoenixes with only zealots on her hand. I'm a little surprised that. Never mind. Okay, I did see that storm researching earlier. There it is. Okay, let's go back to the production tab so we can see. Now he is transitioning out of that tech just in case. Like this addition of just a couple sentries there just to, oh, he's got another pylon down. This is dirty. Oh, so dirty. He's going to go in and take out the spore crawler. Oh, no. One phoenix. Oh, nice. Well, actually, I think it was accidental microing away. So that means the DT will be able to reign supreme in the main base there. It's actually running down the natural. Is there a spore crawler anywhere to be found? He's making more spores right now, but he's gonna lose his main basically. Oh, he's gonna lose the Hydralisk Den! No, if he loses the Hydralisk Den, it's gonna be horrible. He is counterattacking on the right side of the map. This is crucial that he takes out these extra bases. If he can somehow send some Zerglings in here at the same time to take out that third base, he could theoretically come back in this game. I don't think it's gonna happen. Socke is mined out in his main and his natural. But, oh man. Oh, there's the storms, and this army is not big enough even for that army just by itself, but with the storms there as well as possibility, it's just not going to happen. He's going to clean up the rest of the army. Will Nerchio GG right now. He is building another Hydralisk Den somewhere on the map. Here it is, down here. Luckily, he did rebuild his lair down here. I don't know how he's going to deal with this, though. This massive unit's heading towards his expansion, but you know what? Oh, here's these roaches. Oh, where's he going? Oh, he's kind of going to fall back. He just really needed to send a couple dozen Zerglings right here. Phoenixes are broken, TT. I think Nerchio is finally about ready to admit defeat. Yes, indeed. Nerchio kind of repeating what we've heard, you know, like MC say before, although he said it kind of jokingly, but very strong units indeed. Nice storm there, keeping, not even really doing a lot of damage, but keeping the roaches from engaging for as long as possible so the zealots can go to work on the drones. And it looks like he's going to storm those roaches again. Now they're going to be able to start falling back here. Is he going to be able to fight this off? Actually, the zealots were actually occupied on the drones, and so that let the roaches stay alive a little bit longer, let them fight in segments, and he is going to clean up all of the zealots, which means he will be able to clean up these few stalkers as well. There's a few more stalkers here that have been warped in but not really ready to fight just yet. They're just taking a breather. They're prepping themselves. They're getting hyped. They're psyching themselves out for this fight, and now they're going to actually be having to run away. So once again, Nerchio barely able to stabilize, and at the end of the day, the supplies are even. The probe and drone counts are relatively even as well. This is ridiculous. They're actually pretty much evened out right now. Nerchio has a little bit better supply at the moment, so that means that he actually can sit back and maybe drone up a little bit. He's making more roaches though at this point. And actually, since he is mined out in his main, he's got he's got decent saturation at his natural and his third, so he doesn't actually need more drones right now. He needs well, he needs more units or more bases before he can really make use of any extra drones. I really wish that he'd been able to send some Zerglings in here, but he'd lost so many drones throughout the course of all of these crazy battles that he didn't have the minerals necessary. Normally, Zerg, you want that extra chunk of minerals coming in so you can make a bunch of Zerglings with your extra larva, and then you can, at moments like that, you can send them in, do a flank attack on those stalkers, help out with the zealots, or attack the third base, just run it in to their mineral line and do some damage there. But he didn't have that extra mineral income because he lost so many drones. Here comes another battle. This is a crucial fourth base here. Oh, nice storm here. He only has like 2 more storms left. He cancels that expansion. A very dangerous location for their expansion. Oh! Ugh, eating a lot of Psy Storm there. It's kind of a dangerous location because, you know, the Protoss can take this high ground, they can shoot down, what have you. But think of the other locations. On the right side here, it's way far away. You have to go all the way around to get there. Same thing with up here. A little bit closer, but still a very, very long distance for ground units to travel to get to that base to defend it. So this one is kind of the only option right now. He has a few Psy Storms left. Oh, he needs to fall back there. A lot of injured units. He needs to bring those to the back of his army at the very least if he's going to keep them there. Maybe burrow them. Does he have burrow? He does not have burrow yet, actually. That would be a nice addition. Of course, though, he's just not had the breathing room to get anything like that. He's been doing pretty decent with the upgrades. See, look at that storm polishing off a few roaches. He does have 1-2 upgrades compared to the Protoss's 1-1 upgrades right now. So Zerg doing pretty well in that sense. Nerchio is staying ahead on the upgrades somehow, despite all that. He is getting burrow now, maybe realizing, oh, is he going to pick off some of these Templar? That'd be beautiful. Only gets the 1, but now he has the advantage. He has the high ground. He can fire down at any probes that try and mine there. He needs to still be careful of Psy Storms, though. They can pack a lot of punch. Guardian Shield going up. Very, very good against this all-ranged army right now, but he is probably going to have to fall back because another couple storms could take out all of his Hydras, and then he'd be in trouble. So, whoop, lost track of my mouse there for a second. So, he is going to go after this fourth base. It's going to pop that Nexus very quickly. Nerchio is coming back in this game. It looks like he might be able to do it. He only has this base right now. Obviously, Sokka only has this base. He's going to mine the crap out of it because he's got a lot of saturation right now. But he needs to get another base because right now Nerchio is going to start getting ahead. Because, well, maybe actually. I guess they're both mining the same amount of bases at the moment. This one DT over here is going to be really annoying. Force him to pull these drones away. And there we go. Overseer pops in just in time. So Nerchio with every advantage right now. This is absolutely amazing. He's been up against the ropes the entire time, but now he's used the ropes as a springboard, bounced off of them, is now fighting back for dear life. He still has to deal with this very, very significant Protoss army, though. There's a couple Psy Storms in there could demolish this. Oh, nice storm on a lot of the roaches. He needs to back up out of those storms now. How many Psy Storms does he have left? Actually, no Psy Storms left. He's got a couple sentries in there and a lot of stalkers instead that he's been using his gas on. So, and Psy Storm's not particularly good against the roaches regardless, so it's good that he switched over there. Now this might be the fight here because if he does not win this, it could be curtains. And it looks like Sokka has blink. He's blinking back his stalkers little by little. A little bit of mismicro with some of the blinking there, but now he's going to be able to blink forward and polish off some of these remaining units if need be. The drone's been pulled off of those minerals. So close here. Nerchio now at a disadvantage in the supply count, but he is the only one making units at the moment. Well, I mean, obviously, we'll see Sokka make them in waves when he gets his warp ins, but he does not have a ton of mineral intake right now. But this is the only mineral intake for Nerchio. If he can keep this high ground location, oh, this is horrible. Nerchio just mining with a few drones here at his third. This could be the last stand here for Nerchio. It looked as if he might come back slowly and steadily into the game. He had the advantage, but Sokka just constant harassment for the entire game, just doing so much damage with those Dark Templars, taking out base after base, taking out all kinds of drones. Oh man, this looks like it might be the end for Nerchio. He might not have been able to come back enough. Sokka with his stash of minerals was able to just make enough units to come back here. He's taken out that base, and now this is probably curtains here. He has a few drones left mining these last couple patches with about 200 minerals total. So it's not that he just, you know, is gonna get 200 minerals basically he's only ever going to get 200 minerals more, basically, unless he gets another base. And actually, because he spent that money on roaches, he is not going to get another base for a while. He's just gonna he has to do something. He has to beat this army and then take out this third base with what he has. Otherwise, he is doomed. And here he goes in, blinks in, and actually takes a lot of damage retreating there instead of just fighting it. Wants to wait for that DT to be there, I guess. Needs to be very, very, very careful. He does have burrow. He might want to burrow those roaches up and heal them a little bit. He's actually making overseers with his last money because he knows that DT. He doesn't want one DT to destroy his entire army because of a lack of money and a lack of. Oh, he does have 85 more minerals back here. Sweet. That could be another overseer right there. In any case, we might have another battle here in the mid-ground. He's going to have to blink that. No, he doesn't blink that stalker away. Loses another stalker, but here's the thing. He can actually make units, whereas Nerchio can't. Look at the production tab right now. Nice blink there. Picks off another couple drones. He might want to actually distance mine up here, maybe, or something like that. So that way he wouldn't be in danger. He could still get some distance mining done. Looks like Socke is going to roam around here. Actually, he has a pylon in this base. He could blink up there and check to see. Okay, that's where he's actually going to warp in more units. Yeah, he's checking this base to see if he's mining there again. Uh-oh, here goes in. He's going after the roaches. The drone's having to fight here. This is the last stand for Nerchio. If he does not win this battle, he is going to lose the game. There's the blink forward, and I think it's just going to be a matter of time. Yes, it is. He's going to pick off the overseers. Forced to unburrow. He's burrowing again. No observers for Socke, actually. So he's going to be able to heal these roaches back up and get them out again. But Nerchio is just fighting desperately at this point. I don't like this game, he says. Probably a frustrating game indeed, because, I mean, that's so frustrating. He held on so well with just desperate spore crawler defense and hydras and overseers and all of it getting picked off by zealots, killing the spore crawlers, and phoenixes killing off all of the overseers, etc., etc. Very frustrating game. He almost got himself back into it, but in the end, he wasn't able to stop this third base from going up for Socke, and that was all she wrote. He had enough income from this to rule the day, despite the fact that he's almost mined out here. If somehow been able to keep that extra base up here for a little bit longer, then he might have been able to stay in it long enough for Socke to mine out and then come back, but didn't happen. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I certainly did. It was a fun game, very, very back and forth. Well, I won't say back and forth actually, but it was a very, very big back and a small forth, I guess, where Nerchio almost surged back into the game. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. GG.